Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
Nope. The biggest mistake here is thinking that affirmative action has caused as much damage to white people as all the oppression that this country has placed on people of color since its beginnings.
You love sex, but you judge the women who love it. You watch porn, but you
Go watch that full video and come back. Now, which demographic do you think is pressed in the comment section? Go ahead and take a wild guess. You guessed men. You're correct. Of course, the Not All Men committee came sprinting into the comments, saying, you can't generalize us, it's not all men, she's a misandrist. But notice how she never mentioned men at all in the video? She quite literally never specified any group of people. Now you may be thinking the same as this guy. Clearly it's directed to men because she mentions attraction to women. That, my friends, is called heteronormativity. Men aren't the only ones who are attracted to women.
Well, what a concept.
Because so many men on TikTok are pissed at Jace right now. They were talking about how women are afraid of men, and men got pissed because they didn't specify that it's only some men. The thing is, you could say all men, you could say some men, you could not even say men at all, and men will still be pressed. If you watched that video that I stitched and you immediately thought of men, you might want to think of why. You generalize men all on your own, and there's probably a reason for that.
Your family. One of our family members needs your help expeditiously. You just picked up your 6-week-old daughter from Tutor Time Learning Center in Tinley Park, Illinois, which is right outside of Chicago. You head to your car and it's raining out, and there are other cars that have parked very close to you. So you're trying your best to put your daughter in the car without tapping anybody else's car. Unfortunately, you tap a car and then you hear somebody say something that's a threat. The person who threatens you then calls you a black bee and gets out of the car and starts hitting you. Soon after, her husband gets out and starts yelling racial epithets as well and starts pulling your hair and hitting you as well. Tutor Time Learning Center then proceeds to call the police. They stand with the white family the entire time and they kick your daughter out of daycare completely. The police don't arrest the white family. Instead, they give you a citation. Pause and read. And let's get to work.
I'm gonna help you save like so much time. No matter how many degrees you have, how much experience, mansplaining won't go away. You're never gonna prove it to them. They're always gonna think you don't know shit.
Shake that left tap, girl, bring it back and drop. I want some of your brown sugar.
Congratulations. You have invented a new kind of stupid, a damage you can never undo kind of stupid, and open all the cages in the zoo kind of stupid. Truly, you didn't think this through kind of stupid.
Lo que tú quieras, báilame en el tubo suave. Lo que tú quieras, báilame en el tubo suave. Lo que tú quieras, báilame en el tubo suave.
Help me out with this, because I just had this situation again at my party today, and it always throws me for a loop when it happens. Why is it that when a parent wants to tease or shame their son in a joking way, why is it the go-to to somehow call them a girl? I was painting a young boy. He was maybe 8 and he chose a tiger. And about halfway through, the dad comes over my shoulder and says to him, "Oh, wow, that's a lot of pink. Did you choose a princess?" I knew where this was going. As much as I dislike it, this part is common. The boy opens his eyes and says, "What? No, I picked a tiger." Now, this is where this dad really shines and stands out. Dad says, "Nah, it's cool. I don't mind if you want to be a princess. You could be a sissy if you want to. How about next week? You quit football and we sign you up for gymnastics and figure skating. Ha ha ha. Oh, I'm just playing. She's doing a tiger, buddy. She's doing a tiger. Don't worry about it." Then he walked away. Nothing says toxic masculinity like teaching your son that girls are inferior at a nice young age. Another version of this is a young boy will be nervous about getting face painted, and the parent will say, "Stop being a little girl, stop being a baby, go get your face painted." And fun fact, moms say this to their young boys as well. So the dad walked away and I started painting again, and I just started racking my brain to try and think of something that I could say that would at least make me feel like I tried to help the situation. I said, if you did want something pink and princessy, it's really not a big deal. I don't have boy and girl designs. Everything's for everybody. He said, I guess. So I followed up with, did you know that some of the strongest and most talented athletes in the world are gymnasts and figure skaters? He said, really? And I said, yeah, boys and girls. They basically train 24/7. And he said, that's cool. And then we were done. I honestly don't know the best way to handle these situations. However, maybe we should stop teaching our young boys that being feminine means being weak and inferior.
On like toxic masculinity.
What the fuck is that? Big man saying, I don't even know what that hyper masculinity thing is, bruv. But shout out to my LGBTQ people, bruv. You get me?
I'm a little toxic, but bitch, you gon' love it over here, I swear to God.
Parece que hoy me gustas un poco más. Okay. Hola, ¿cómo dale?
A clown. That's clown shit.
Wait a little while before discussing the Plymouth shooting yesterday, because at the time it was an ongoing incident and there wasn't really much information about what was happening. However, more information has come to light. Firstly, mass shootings like this are so rare in the UK because of our gun laws. My heart goes out to all those affected by this because it was senseless. Also important to note, anyone that shares videos of an ongoing incident, including dead bodies, are fucking vile. Having a social media account does not make you a journalist. And that goes for me too. This is purely my opinion on the matter. However, it doesn't surprise me that the shithouse involved was a part of the incel community. Essentially a bunch of men that blame women for all their inadequacies. There's also talk of him being obsessed with America and Trump. My surprise level is frankly fucking zero. I've been talking for some time about a raging unchecked male violence epidemic, about how globally virtually all violent crimes are committed by men, how most mass shootings are committed by white men, yet they aim to discredit and undermine feminism that talks about the impacts of toxic masculinity in the same way that they try to undermine BLM. They use exactly the same tactics because it's maintaining a power structure that benefits them. Just look at how women that are victims of domestic violence and sexual violence are treated. The focus is on whether or not the man's life is ruined, rather than him being held accountable for his fucking actions. The same applies to this. What that guy did was terrorism. He was radicalised online, most likely by other incels and probably that shithouse Jordan Peterson, who is nothing more than a shill that cashes in on the vulnerability of men. This will continue until men are held accountable for their actions and for their crimes. The news should not be filled with his rhetoric, because that will only martyr the prick. The news should be full of discussions about how we can stop male violence against women, children and other men, not making the perpetrator a victim, or failing to label it as terrorism because he's not a man of colour or a Muslim. We need to have a discussion now about male violence and how to prevent this shit happening. And rolling news coverage that makes him famous will not discourage that.